homeschooling time. So a lot of people have asked me about homeschooling and how to do it. And I'm no expert, but I have been doing it with Jack for a number of years. And most people say, I don't have enough patience, but you do. You just kind of make a decision, and some days are days where you decide it's time for a field trip or homeschooling is going to be outside today. You just kind of roll with the punches as they come along. For today, I thought I'd give you a little tour of my homeschooling cabinet, as I call it. It helps to be organized. It helps to keep things on track. I've been homeschooling Jack for about 5 years now, and this is just what we're doing today and what works at this point in our lives. Things continually change. When I started homeschooling, I used a very set curriculum, I followed a routine, and as I've gone along, I've realized what works better for him, what works better for me, what works better with Cody, and just our lifestyle. So things have gotten a little looser in some areas and a little more strict in other areas. This is our cabinet, and it changes every year, but what I have found to work well is that I have a little box with the different books to use. I even have books for my own things, so that because I'm here a lot and with Jack a lot, so we work on that. And then I also put a lot of the books and folders and homeschool catalogs, so I can go back and look for different book lists and things that we might need to order throughout the year. It's nice to save those from different conventions and things. Different folders, things that Jack needs to do. I've got a little Rosetta Stone. We're working on some Swedish, pens, papers, things that you definitely need. Down below is the fun section. And so this is where Jack or any child that's here can just open it up and take out what they want. I have games and different science experiments here, puzzles. Take them out, they can play with them as they like. And then lots of art supplies. Jack is old enough that I trust him to always take out the tablecloth and cover the table before he gets started, but then he's welcome to paint or use clay or whatever we might have at that time period. I also, on the door, have a little schedule for him, kind of if he needs to know what to do, chore time, that kind of thing. And I also have my own schedule up there, my running schedule, because we're usually training for a race of some sort, and Cody has just agreed to do it with me. The secret drawer. A question that I'm often asked is, how do you decide what curriculum to use for your child? And what is most important to me, I would say number one, is choose something that you are willing to do. Because if you are bored out of your mind, you're not going to want to do it. You're going to dread homeschooling every day. So I think one, it's important to take care of yourself in this whole entire homeschooling procedure. And then part two of that is choose something that your child or children likes. I happen to know that Jack does not like worksheets. So I'm not going to get him a big workbook and have him work through it every day, because he's going to be miserable, which in turn is going to make my life more difficult. He loves to read, so I have curriculum that is based on a lot of literature. He also likes history, so we choose a lot of historical fiction and a lot of missionary stories and things like that I know he will enjoy. If I could offer some advice to people who are considering homeschooling, the big thing is, remember, you don't have to be perfect. The teachers at school aren't perfect. You don't need to be perfect either. Your child's not going to be perfect every day. It's okay. You need to do your best, spend time with your child, go through things, but it's an enjoyable process. If they are curious, they will learn just because you're spending time with them and reading with them, going through math problems, incorporating it into your everyday life. Cooking in the kitchen, they have to weigh, they have to measure, they have to use the timer, they have to use the temperature. These are things that they're learning in books at school, and here you get to actually use them applicably. So it's a wonderful thing to homeschool. Don't be afraid. If I were to go back in time and give myself a little bit of advice, what I would recommend is to spend more time doing what Jack wants to do and not necessarily what I think he needs to do. He is a curious young man and wants to know about things, and so it would have been better had I followed some of his leads rather than worried about him learning dates or times or things that none of us remember and aren't really that important anyway. If you're on the fence, talk to people who've done it. There's always people in your area, probably more than you suspect, who are homeschooling. There's co-ops, there's conferences, there's stuff online, there's the library is full of books. I would highly recommend that, and you're welcome to leave questions or comments below, and I can either answer them or perhaps do a video in the future to address some of your concerns or questions. It's fun. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.